nothing is permanent. Yeah, even you don't want to achieve enlightenment, but it's impossible because you already understand the reality. So next time, you're not going to do that mistake to take you go to that level again and again. And this Sotapanna Satakami, one more life, one life to return to human.
Oggi ci troviamo in un bellissimo tempio di Chiang Mai e ho incontrato Papon San, eccolo qua che ve lo presento.
Hello, Sawadee Krab.
Sawadee Krab.
My name is Papon San. Nice to meet you all.
Me and Papon, we met actually last year, the first time that I came to Thailand, no?
Yeah.
The time that I fall in love with this country, that I fall in love also with Chiang Mai. But last year we met each other that you were a monk.
Yeah, I was from different status. Yeah. Today I become an ex-monk, not a monk.
Exactly. In 1 year, many things can change.
Yeah.
And actually, you're not a monk anymore. To start, actually, I would like to ask you maybe that. I don't know if it's like too strong as a question, as first question, but you can say why, what happened in this year that made you decided to quit that path.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a difficult question. Actually, I'm happy to share everything. Yeah, you can ask for everything that you want to know from me. First of all, one of the reasons for me to stop being a monk is about my family. They are getting old, and I think it's good time to take care of them. Yeah, to become a monk and take care of them. Of course, I can do, but not everything. So when I stop being a monk, I can do something more than that. So that is the first choice, first reason. And another reason, I think I already learned about Buddhism, and when I learn more the teaching, I understand that the teaching is practiced. It can be practiced everywhere and anytime. It's not only for the monk. So I want to challenge myself to practice from different status. And more than that, to stop being a monk for me is a time to learn more myself from different way of life. It's not only Buddhism, it's not only inside, but it's also can learn from outside. Yeah, and at my age, like 24, 25 years old, it's good time to learn something new, something different. Otherwise, when I'm getting old, my age is getting older, of course, it's hard, so that's time to learn something new. So this is one of the reasons that I decided to stop. It's something I must change, something I can keep and never change. Whatever, to practice the teaching and learning more, it's necessary for everyone. Yeah, whoever looking for peace. Yeah, whoever looking for a better life. So to practice the teaching, we never make us to have a bad life at all. Yeah, so to practice for me, of course, every day, not every day, but I try to practice as much as possible. That is meditation and mindfulness. Yeah, mindfulness, like being mindful of my thought, of my speech, and of my action. Sometimes I get contacts from different senses, like seeing, hearing, smelling, or touching, whatever. So I can feel happy with that and feel unhappy with that. Anyways, when I watch it, I can see that it's impermanent. Yeah, even it's good or it's bad, to just come and go. So when I know about that, I can practice more mindfulness to not get attached. Yeah, to practice more mindfulness to let it go as quick as possible, especially the bad thought. Yeah, and meditation, I try to do it by sitting like 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes or maybe 5 minutes every day. Not almost every day, not every day. And sometimes I cannot do that because I miss my practice. I lose my my duty. Anyways, I still practice some way by working and by observing my body movement. So if I walk, I know that I'm walking. If I'm sitting, I know that I'm sitting. And if I'm thinking bad, thinking good, or liking about something, or do not like about something, so I know it and try to remove those bad feeling as quick as possible. So this is the way that I'm practicing.
There is something that you missed more about this life. Like, actually, you've been a monk for
Totally 13 or 14 years. Yeah.
almost all your life.
More than a half. More than a half of my life.
First time that you become a monk,
I was 11, I think.
okay, but
Yeah.
was your choice or your parent choice?
This was my decision, but pointed by my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents, especially my mom, she worry about me when I miss the chance of being a monk. I may regret this later because in our family, all my brothers became a monk at the time, and just me was not. So my mom came and talked to me, if you don't want to become a monk like your brothers, so at this age, it's good time for you. But whenever you get older, it's gonna be complicated to become a monk for you. And when you miss the chance of being a monk, is means missing an honor life.
Alright.
So if you would take it, so it's good time for you, something like that. And I say, yeah, let's try for for a week. Yeah, I said for a week. But after that, I changed my mind because of education. So I learned Buddhism. I learned from my teacher. I learned from my friends, whatever. And I can understand something more, but not everything. I have to say that until I study English, English is helpful for me to understand more Buddhism. I still have to say that because I get more questions from people. When I learn English, I have the chance to talk to people from the world. So people give me different questions. So every day I have to do my homework. Some question I can answer, some question I cannot answer. Anyways, I cannot stop develop myself because of those questions, even if deep question or normal question. So I have to improve myself more and more.
Exactly.
Finally, I have the chance to learn more Buddhism from the question, and I understand that everyone in the world having own suffering. Even that family, that person is rich or poor, or beautiful or ugly or whatever. So everyone had own suffering. So when I understand about that, to learn more Buddhism is necessary, because Buddhism is not about system of belief, but it's system of understanding. So when we understand it correctly, we gonna know what is the action to cause that type of reaction. So when we worry about having that reaction, what we have to do is not to do that action, because action causes reaction. So when we understand about this, we're not going to believe because somebody's saying it, but we believe because we understand it by our experience. So this is the reason for me to become a monk. And the reason to stop being a monk is my family and myself. Again, actually my parents, they are not forcing me to become a monk and to stop. I asked them before I stop. They said, we are happy to see you longer as a monk. But I said, I already stay here for over 10 years. So I think it's good time for me to learn something different. And they respect my decision and no any problem. Yeah, so this is, yeah.
All right. So I guess that as you start very early, you never had like a sexual experience or stuff like this. Now that you stop, like you're curious or you are already experimenting, or it's like you're too used to that you don't care about it anymore.
So it's true, when we are monk, we have to practice moralities. We have to practice the precepts, the teaching, and that is, the teaching is against to sex, against to couple life. Yeah, so we monk, we are not we have to cut off that desire, because desire for family is not for peace, is for attachment. So attachment brings suffering when we never know how to let it go. Yeah. So the monks, we cannot do that. Like in the morning, you have talking to a monk. Already mentioned that whoever had sex with a guy or a lady or even an animal, doesn't mean losing his monkhood, no longer being a monk, and cannot return during this life. Yeah. So even living longer in a temple, no, doesn't mean that he is a monk. He's just the one who are in the uniform, but not a monk. But for me, for whoever stop being a monk, they can do that, except they practice the 8 precepts. Yeah, practice the 8 precepts is not a monk, is not a young monk, but the rule, the precept number 3 mentioned about no sexual activity. So still be like a monk, but never, not strict like a monk. Yeah, so you can break it. It doesn't mean you cannot become a nun or practice like that again. But the monk who break it, so no longer going there again. Yeah. So for me, it's still hard. I have to say that when I at my age, right? It's my age when we never experience about it. We still think about it. We still want to know, want to have experience. But when we observe from our feeling, from our desire, and not continue that thinking, finally we're gonna know that it's come and goes. So never be forever. Yeah. Like example, if you think about something, so if you never stop thinking about that, you're thinking again, finally you're gonna do that thing. Maybe correctly or wrongly, it depends. But if you say that, okay, now I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is about the past or is about the future, but what I'm doing is not about that. For example, I'm reading a book, so I must be focused on reading a book. I'm talking to people, I must focus on my present moment from what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my present moment and I get control from that. Similar to my example, like when I falling asleep, yeah, I say that to my, I always use this technique, like, okay, if I still feel sleepy after finish this work, I will go to sleep. But whenever I'm not finish this one, I'm not going to sleep. Right now, during this moment, I will focus on this work. And then I'm not going to follow my sleepiness, something like that. So when I work and focus on that work until it finish, so at that time, my sleepiness disappear. Even I say that, okay, in 30 minutes or maybe 10 minutes, if that sleepiness still stay with me, I gonna follow you. But when you are not longer with me, I gonna change and do something different.
Do you think that sexuality can go together with spirituality? Do you think that they are connected? With sexuality, I don't mean like proper sex, but the real sex, like the sex that makes you grow, like tantra or stuff like this, not the mechanical things.
I will say from the teaching, so sexuality or sex actually come from context. Context give feeling, feeling give desire, desire give attachment, attachment cause existence of birth, existence of birth cause birth, and birth cause illness, sickness, and death. So it's impossible to have contact and no feeling. Yeah. So if we never learn from it, of course, we will know that when it's already happened and when we already lose it. So when we get it, we are happy, right? But when we lose it, we are not happy. Most of people, when they never learn about impermanence, they will lose their mind pretty hard when they lose something about what they like. And when they get something what they don't like, they lose their mind again. So what I want to say about it is not actually sexuality and spiritual life cannot go together if we talk about what is based on Buddhism, because to practice purity, we must be free, especially Buddhism, being free from our desire, no more desire, no more suffering. If we still have desire, that means we still have suffering. Yeah.
Do you think that meditation can help us to get out of our addiction?
Yes.
Addiction like whatever, drugs, sex, I don't know, coffee,
Yes,
sugar.
yes. Because when we are doing meditation, we are living at the present moment. But addiction comes from the past, come from
Or the future.
but the past and future. Like I mentioned before about coffee, right? Coffee, you drink coffee, you want to drink coffee again because you imagine about the taste from the coffee that you take, right? And when you imagine about that, that means you think about future. So whenever you live at the present moment, you not belong to the past and you not belong to the future. So at that time, even the coffee is good or not, you just knowing it and let it go, let it go. Finally, you can receive the peace, better, a higher happiness from doing from those addiction. Yeah. So you may say that, oh, when I drink coffee, when I smoke, when I doing something, I'm happy doing that. Of course, but not only happiness that you will get, it brings you suffering at the same time. Like if you say that, oh, I'm happy to smoke, but you forget that what about the price that you have to pay? Yeah. So everywhere you go, you may see the sign, no smoking, no smoking. It's very hard to find a place to smoke, right? At the same time, when you smoke, you lose your health, you lose your money. And when you smoke, you harm to people because people living nearby you, they get affected, right? Get affected. And not only that, when you smoke, you lose your wisdom, you lose your mindfulness because you just think that, okay, this is everything for me, and that is based on delusion. But when you practice it more and more, you're gonna know that actually the reality is not that. I am losing is not mean it's the right thing. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is to practice more mindfulness, to practice more meditation is helpful for us to understand the reality. What is coming? Actually, nothing coming coincidentally. Coming from must have condition, especially context. Eye seeing, ear hearing, nose smelling, tongue tasting, body touching, and mind knowing the objects. So everything comes from the condition. Nothing happens coincidentally. So you think about smoking because you have seen somebody, you have heard someone saying about that, or you have thinking about the taste that you have tasted by your tongue, whatever. But when you know about this or about those things, what you have to do? Letting go and come back to live at the present moment as quick as possible. Otherwise, you're gonna get control from that and knowing it again when you are already in trouble. Yeah. So what I trying to say to you, you don't have to stop it immediately, but what you can do is stop limiting it step by step. Yeah. So we cannot stop everything immediately like the car. You see the car like big car. If you go in high speed and you try to brake it immediately, it's impossible, right? Yeah. Otherwise you're gonna get accident or whatever. Yeah. But if you before you stop, like in I'm not sure 100 meters or maybe 200 meters, you have to slow, and then finally you can stop nicely.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So reincarnation is all the time. You may think that, okay, I'm reincarnated when I die. According to Buddhism, not like that. We are reincarnated all the time. You are breathing in, breathing out, that's mean new you. You are seeing something and you cross your eye, you open your eye again, that means you are new one. And to talk about what would happen about the life after death, the Buddha mentioned about our behavior. Yeah, if you like to think about good or you like to think about bad, and those thoughts will guide us to be born in different life. Buddha mentioned about five we call five type of births. Yeah, Buddha mentioned about that, like being born in lower life, that known as animal, ghost, and hell. Yeah, ghost and hell. This come from lower life and come from the bad action. Yeah, and good life, Buddha mentioned about human and heaven. Yeah. Anyways, 5 of this life not the same nirvana, because it starts with birth, and nirvana no more birth. Nirvana is the end of birth. The end of birth is the end of death. The end of death is the end of birth. So that's called nirvana. So if we still have birth, we still die and born, that means 5 of these are the destination for us. And 5 destination are based on our action that we usually do. Yeah, like example, if you like to be harmful, you are angry person, you are a greedy person. This action, Buddha mentioned that force or guiding us to be born in lower life, animal, ghost, and hell. Yeah, anger, greed, delusion. So these 5 or these 3, when we going to die, or we don't know when we're gonna die, right? So our last thought, we think about greed, we are angry, or we are deluded in something. So in that time, if it's our last minute, of course that our new life is there. But whenever we think opposite, like I'm not angry or I'm not greedy, instead of seeing something and I want to get that thing, but I'm not. I'm happy to see somebody having that thing. I don't want it to be mine. I don't want to take it. I don't want to keep it more from that person to be mine. So in that time, if I die with that moment, that action, that kind of thought is guided me to be born in higher life, human or heaven. Yeah, the same. We are animal or ghost or even in the hell. It doesn't mean forever. We can change our life to be born a human, to be born in heaven, or from heaven to be born animal, ghost, or in the hell, or in human. It depends. It's changeable. But these are reincarnation, so never be finished because of desire. So the end of reincarnation is the end of desire, and the end of desire, the Buddha said that is the end of attachment. So when we understand the reality of something and we not attached in those things, we don't want those things more and more, not get attached in those things. Finally, that is the end of life. So we're gonna finish suffering from that.
In life, they teach us, I don't know about here, but in Europe they teach us actually, they prepare ourselves for the job life. And sometimes it's like that you have to choose a job and do that for the rest of your life, and then enjoy your life maybe when you will be retired and stuff like this, no? But actually, as we said, nothing is permanent in life, no? So do you think that someone can I don't know, change job, change whatever things at whatever age? Because sometimes also people says it's too late. Maybe at 30 years old, 40 years old, people start to say it's too late. What do you think about that?
If we still have the for the life, for a job, we can say that. But for the teaching, for the practice, for Buddhism, nothing is too late. You can practice for 100 years, but someone can practice only one day and achieve enlightenment. Can practice only an hour and achieve enlightenment. Our collection is not the same. In the past life, who knows, that person already practiced, and this life be born a human again to practice again, but no need to practice for a long time like somebody who never practiced before that, and just practice for this time and must even practice for a long time but still not be successful. So we cannot compare like that, because life, we are not equal. Even somebody claiming for equal, to be equal, so it's impossible because we practice not the same. Yeah, you can listen only once and understand, but somebody can listen twice, 3 times, 4 times and never understand. It depends. Yeah, so it's too late if we talk about the whole job. If we talk about the practice way, we never be too late. Yeah, so this is the answer.
Last question to say goodbye to everyone is like how to be a spiritual person.
Being a spiritual person, for me, I would talk about mindfulness again. When you are mindful, that means we are catching the truth. Yeah, mindfulness brings wisdom. Yeah, wisdom bring happiness, bring understanding. Understanding brings acceptation, and acceptation brings freedom, bring happiness. Yeah, so to live spiritually is about to practice mindfulness, and mindfulness is able to practice everywhere and anytime. And I hope you can apply to practice. If it's useful, you can take it to practice longer with you more and more. But if it's useless, what I want to say to you, do not take it to interrupt your good life. Yeah, the same. You meet somebody, you meet anybody. When you hear something from them, if it's good, you take it with you. But if it's not good, drop it with them. You don't have to take the trash to interrupt your good house. Yeah, so this is what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Papan.